Hi, I'm Inderjit. Today I'm represent the coding in the Stop Watch project. This is application built up using HTML, CSS and a JavaScript. With the help of this application, I would like to explain you that we have a manage the timer. We allow start, stop, reset the timer and display the timing in hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds. Now let's see the feature of this application. When I click on a start button, if my timer is initially 0, then it start like it's increased the second. When I click on a stop button, then it stop the timer. And if I again click on a start button, then it start from where it stopped last time. And finally, when I click on a reset button, it stop the timer and reset the value. It set the timer value to 0. This is the overall build functionality of this application. Now we are moving to the file structure, how I manage the thing. There are three files of this application: index.html, style.css and a script.js. In index.html, I am externally include the style.css at the top header section of the HTML and even using a two CDN files, font awesome and a bootstrap library. Now I'm moving to the base code of the application. This is the main div, that is the main container which can align all the section into the center of the page. Inside the stopwatch container, display the heading and other part in a vertically order. After the heading section, using a div where we have managed all our hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds section through the HTML elements. And lastly, we have a div of buttons. Here we assign every button to one ID. With the help of that ID, we can perform the events in the JavaScript. Now I move to the style.css file. This is a style.css file. Here I given all of our style related to the web page. Finally, this is the main page, main script file of our application, which I explain you how I build up the logics. First of all, I am assigning the First of all, I am creating a variable hours, minutes, seconds, and a millisecond, and assigning the value all of these variable to 0. And my next step is that to create a DOM manipulation. With the help of that, we reference the HTML element and display the stopwatch value and control the buttons. Like for that purpose, we have using this section for display the value, and these are the section for manage the buttons, DOM manipulation. After all over this, I'm creating a one variable, the name of that timer. Inside of this, we stored all of my type set timer's value. Now I explain you the functions which are using the function for this application. My first and main and common function is the stopwatch. Stopwatch is that function which running when you click on a start button. When the start button you click and an event occur, then every 10 milliseconds this function is called inside the set interval, and every 10 milliseconds this function calling again and again. When this function is calling, their millisecond value increase to 10. When this value incremented to 10 and it reaches to the thousands, then its value reset to 0 and increase the second value on the time. Same as like seconds, when reached to the 60, then its value change to 0 and minutes value increase by 1. When minutes reach to the 60, its value reset and increase the value of hours. This is the main logic. This is the section. With the help of that, we display the updated value to my front UI. And lastly, this is the events which with the help of that we add some uh, zoom in, zoom out animation to the HTML elements. So this is the functionality of this function, and when you click on a start button, see like that if there is any interval is present, it stop it and restart a new interval, and that interval and that function inside that interval calling every 10 seconds, 10 milliseconds. When you click on a stop button, it stops the your previous interval time. And the last one is a reset button. When you click on a reset button, I add a event listener. When click on that time we clear the previous interval and assign a default value to the timer initialized as 0. And after that, that value display to the elements of the HTML and remove the all of the animations. So these are the overall introduction. This is the overall functionality of my application.